The rain poured without mercy that afternoon, pounding the windshield of my old Subaru as I rolled into the daycare parking lot in northeast Portland. My phone buzzed in the cup holder, a sharp ping slicing through the rhythm of the wipers. I glanced down, expecting Christopher's usual text about groceries or Mia's latest strawberry yogurt craze. Instead, the message froze my breath. Moving to Barcelona with Claire, transferred savings to my account. Good luck with rent. My hands locked on the steering wheel. The world shrank to that glowing screen. Inside, my 5-year-old daughter Mia was probably clutching her paint-splattered backpack, waiting for me to sign her out. I was Elena Harper, 38, a freelance illustrator who had traded late-night deadlines for bedtime stories, and apparently now, the ex-wife of Christopher Caldwell, who just blew up our life with one text. Our savings, $1,400, scraped together over 9 years of marriage. Every gig, every skipped vacation, gone. The checking account showed $412, rent $2,400, due in 4 days. I forced myself out of the car, rain soaking through my hoodie as I crossed the lot. Inside, the daycare smelled of crayons and apple juice, a small pocket of comfort. Mia ran to me, curls bouncing, voice bright. "Mommy, did you bring my bunny crackers?" I knelt, forcing a smile that felt like a lie. "Not today, sweet pea. We'll grab some on the way home." My hands trembled as I signed the clipboard, the teacher's cheerful chatter fading into static. Christopher's text looped in my head, every word another cut. Claire, his assistant, always lingered too long at office parties, all sharp heels and sharper ambition. I had ignored the warnings. Late nights, locked phone, his laughter when I asked too much. Now those signs flashed like a neon billboard. Back in the car, Mia buckled herself into her booster seat, humming a song about rainbows. "Is Daddy making tacos tonight?" she asked, eyes meeting mine in the mirror. "Daddy's on a trip," I said, the words tasting bitter. "We'll have pizza instead." Her face lit up. Blissfully unaware of the cracks opening beneath us, I typed a reply to Christopher. "Thanks for the heads up." 3 words to hide the scream clawing inside my chest. My heart pounded, not just from anger but from the sudden choking weight of survival. How do you keep a roof over your daughter's head when your life's been stripped bare? I gripped the wheel tighter, the Portland skyline blurring through the rain, vowing Mia would never see me break. At home, our cramped apartment echoed with the cartoon laughter on TV. I tucked Mia under her blanket and called the bank, my stomach twisting. The representative's voice was polite, distant. Christopher had emptied our savings, $1,400, into an account I couldn't touch. "Since it was a joint account, ma'am, there's nothing we can do," she said. I checked our balance again, $412, not even enough for groceries, let alone rent. I sank onto the couch, the betrayal pressing hard against my ribs. 9 years ago, at a design conference in Seattle, Christopher had charmed me with handwritten notes slipped into my sketchbook and promises of forever. I was a rising graphic designer then, chasing deadlines and dreams. He was a marketing prodigy with a smile that could sell anything, including the future I believed in. We married fast, moved to Portland, bought a condo near the Willamette River. When Mia came, I left my firm to freelance, swapping boardrooms for bedtime. He said he'd take care of us. I believed him, but cracks had started early. Unexplained charges appeared, hotels, dinners, after we sold our condo to fund a friend's startup that crashed in months. He brushed it off, blaming market risks. I believed him again. His mother, Margaret, didn't help. She'd sweep in from Seattle, her designer heels echoing judgment. "Mia needs discipline, Elena," she'd say, eyeing my paint-stained jeans. "You're too soft." Christopher never defended me. His silence spoke loudest. The phone rang again, yanking me back. Margaret's voice was ice. "Elena, what have you done?" "Christopher says you're keeping Mia from him unless he pays you more." I gripped the phone, stunned. "Margaret, he's moving to Spain with Claire. He drained our savings." I'm not the liar here. "Don't play the victim," she snapped. "He showed me your texts. You're threatening to cut him off." Her accusation hit like a punch. Christopher wasn't just leaving. He was rewriting the story to make me the villain. My hands shook, not from anger alone, but from realizing this fight was about more than money. It was about Mia, about truth, about the promise I'd made to protect her. I looked at my daughter coloring on the floor, her laughter soft against the storm outside, and something inside me hardened. Christopher thought he could erase us. He was wrong. The next morning, after dropping Mia at daycare, I drove downtown through gray Portland rain. I needed answers, needed to see his face, to believe the man I married wasn't capable of this cruelty. The receptionist smiled weakly when I asked for him. "Mr. Caldwell resigned last week," she said, fingers fidgeting with her pen. "Yesterday was his last day last week." My voice came out hollow, like it belonged to someone else. "He was here Monday." The receptionist avoided my eyes. "He resigned 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, I can't discuss personnel matters. 2 weeks." While I'd been helping Mia prepare for her preschool art show, Christopher had been dismantling our life in secret. I thanked her and walked toward the elevator, my legs numb, the truth sinking in. This wasn't sudden. It was planned. In the parking garage, I called Sam, Christopher's friend who had always been polite but distant. "Hey, Elena," he said, cautious. "You okay?" "You knew," I said, the words coming out sharper than I meant. "You knew he was leaving." His silence was enough of an answer. "He made me promise not to say anything," Sam admitted after a pause. "He said Claire made him happy, that you and Mia would be better off without him." "Happy?" The word burned in my throat. "He took our savings, Sam. Did he tell you that?" "Jesus, no," he said quietly. "I didn't know." "I'm sorry." I hung up, another betrayal slicing open a fresh wound. Back home, a certified envelope waited. Christopher's divorce papers. Filed a week ago. His new Barcelona address printed in neat ink. He'd signed away all parental rights to Mia. A letter from his lawyer claimed I had ample savings to care for her, a lie that twisted the knife even deeper. I tore through his desk, desperate for anything I could use. Beneath a pile of old bills, I found an envelope addressed to his mother, Margaret. Inside was a birthday card. "Mom, thanks for the Barcelona apartment deposit. Claire and I can't wait to show you our new place. Couldn't have done it without you. Love, Christopher." The card was dated 3 months ago, the same time he told me about his promotion. Margaret hadn't just known. She had funded his escape. My hand shook as I snapped photos of the card. Rage met clarity in my chest. This wasn't about saving my marriage anymore. It was about saving my daughter's future. I sat across from Anna Gwynn, a divorce attorney with sharp eyes and a calm strength. Her office overlooked the Willamette River, sunlight flashing against the water. I handed her the petition, the bank statements, and the photo of the note to Margaret. "He took everything," I said, my voice trembling. "And he's trying to make me the villain." Anna frowned, scanning the papers. "What he did isn't entirely illegal, but it's cruel. Judges hate this kind of thing. We can file for emergency child support and try to freeze his assets." She leaned in. "We'll need proof that he's earning money overseas." I nodded, showing her the screenshots of his texts and the bank transfer. That night, my parents called from Eugene. Their voices were a lifeline. "We'll cover your rent," Mom said firmly. "You're not alone, Elena." Their support loosened the knot in my chest, giving me room to breathe and to fight. Later, after Mia fell asleep, I went through Christopher's desk again. On our shared laptop, I found an unsent email in his drafts, addressed to Claire, with his new resume attached. It listed a job at Horizon Global, Barcelona, starting 2 days after his goodbye text. My heart pounded. This was the proof Anna needed. I forwarded the email to her, my fingers trembling with both fury and relief. Christopher thought he could disappear, but I was unraveling every thread of his lies. For Mia, I had become relentless. That night, with only the hum of the fridge and Mia's soft breathing in the next room, I opened his laptop again. I remembered his predictable passwords, Mia's birthday, our anniversary, and tried them. One worked. Folders appeared, each one a piece of betrayal, wire transfers, emails to Claire, and a document labeled custody plan. My stomach twisted as I read. Christopher and Margaret planned to use my history of postpartum depression to brand me unfit and take Mia to Spain. Tears blurred the words. During those dark months after Mia's birth, when I could barely sleep, he had seemed supportive, bringing me coffee, urging therapy. Now I saw the truth. It was all ammunition. Worse still, a text from Margaret months earlier. "Once you're settled in Spain, we can push for custody. Her history gives us leverage." Among the files was a screenshot of a Cayman Islands account, $45,000, set up with Margaret's help. The discovery wasn't just money. It was proof. Proof of their scheme. I sent every file to Anna, my hands shaking, not from fear, but from fire. Christopher and Margaret thought they could erase me from Mia's life. They had no idea who they were up against. The next morning, as Mia smeared bright blue paint across her paper and laughed, my phone rang. Mia's laughter was a brief pause from the chaos. The call came from an unknown number, but the voice was unmistakable. Claire. Her usual confidence was gone. "Elena, we need to talk," she said quickly. "Christopher's falling apart, and I'm done." "Why should I care?" I asked, keeping my tone low so Mia wouldn't hear. "He's hiding money for me too," Claire confessed. "There's another account in Liechtenstein, over $200,000. He's flying to Portland tomorrow. He's unstable. I'm scared of what he might do." I stepped out onto the balcony, the Portland skyline muted beneath gray clouds. "What do you want, Claire?" "Protection," she said. "If I give you everything, I want immunity. Christopher will come after me once he finds out I talked." I called Anna. She crafted a deal, full immunity for Claire in exchange for her evidence. By evening, Claire sent over the documents. Bank records from Liechtenstein and a signed statement detailing how Christopher and Margaret had plotted for months to abandon us and take Mia, her betrayal of... Christopher wasn't loyalty to me, it was survival. But it gave me the last piece I needed. As I saved the files, my pulse pounded, dread tangled with a strange sense of triumph. Christopher was coming back. But this time, I was ready. The Portland courthouse was cold and towering, but Anna's calm strength steadied me. Inside, we faced Christopher's lawyer, smooth suit, smug smile, and to my surprise, Margaret. Her expression was carved from disdain. "You should be ashamed," she hissed, but Anna silenced her. "You'll be called as a witness for aiding abandonment." In court, Anna built our case piece by piece. Christopher's text, the stolen savings, the Barcelona job, the hidden accounts in the Cayman Islands and Liechtenstein, and the custody plan. When the judge read the part about them using my depression to take Mia, her eyes flashed. Christopher's lawyer tried to twist the narrative, but the judge's voice cut through his words. "I've heard enough." She granted all our motions. Christopher's accounts were frozen. I was awarded temporary full custody of Mia. He was limited to supervised visitation only. As we left, Margaret's glare burned into me, but for the first time, I felt the weight lift. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was fighting and winning. The next morning, my phone rang again like an international number. "This is Lucia Vega, HR at Horizon Global Barcelona," said a crisp voice. "We received your email about Christopher Caldwell. He's been terminated for legal misconduct." "I didn't send any email," I said. My pulse quickening. Lucia forwarded the message. It was filled with lies about Christopher's custody case and included my legal documents. My apartment was untouched. That left only one suspect, Margaret. She'd visited after Christopher's text, pretending to offer sympathy while digging through my files. This was her move, to ruin Christopher's job so he couldn't pay support, hoping to weaken my case. Minutes later, Christopher called, furious. "You got me fired, Elena." "It was your mother," I shot back, forwarding him the email. "She did this." "Check the documents." There was silence. Then finally his voice broke. "I'll call you back." An hour later, he sent screenshots, texts between him and Margaret, showing her full manipulation. She'd been scheming from the beginning, even planning to use my past depression to steal Mia. Christopher's rage turned to disbelief. He hadn't known the depth of her betrayal. I sent everything to Anna. She filed new charges. Identity fraud against Margaret. Their web of lies was unraveling, one thread at a time. With Claire's evidence, Anna secured an emergency restraining order hours before Christopher's flight landed. Airport security detained him, serving the order and a court summons on arrival. His call from the holding office dripped with venom. "I came to fix things, Elena, with a one-way ticket," I replied, calm and steady. "See you in court." The hearing was a reckoning. Anna presented everything: the hidden accounts, the custody conspiracy, Margaret's fraud. Christopher's lawyer stumbled, crushed under proof. The judge ordered a forensic audit, uncovering not just our stolen $45,000, but even more money Margaret had secretly funneled to Christopher. Each ruling felt like another brick in the wall I was building around Mia's safety. Christopher's defiance faded. When our eyes met, there was regret, but I was done searching for the man I once loved. Months later came quiet justice. The audit exposed everything. Both Christopher and Margaret faced civil penalties. Margaret's social world collapsed when her fraud hit the headlines. Christopher's name was blacklisted across Portland's marketing scene, his abandonment made public record. He rarely used his visitation rights. Eventually, he vanished from Mia's life like a fading shadow. Claire returned to Spain, her immunity deal giving her the clean break she'd bargained for. With the recovered money, I bought a cozy condo in Portland's Alberta Arts District. Bright walls, Mia's paintings everywhere. I returned to full-time design work at a firm that respected me, offering flexibility for single moms. Mia thrived in her new preschool, her laughter once again filling our home. One night, as I tucked her into her bunny-covered bed, she asked softly, "Will Daddy ever visit, Mommy?" "I don't know, sweetheart," I said, brushing her curls. "But we're enough, you and me." Her smile anchored me. Christopher's text, "Good luck with rent," had been meant to break me. Instead, it became the spark that built my strength, forged by betrayal, tempered by love. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was rebuilding, brushstroke by brushstroke. To everyone who's followed our story, thank you. You've walked with me through betrayal, battles, and hard-won peace. If Elena and Mia's story touched you, hit subscribe and stay with us. Every canvas tells a story of resilience, love, and new beginnings. Keep painting your truth, and I'll meet you at the easel.